Hello Debbie, you only left 10 minutes ago, but Molly has fallen asleep in there. And remember, she's more confident in this environment, so she's actually quite happy to fall asleep anywhere, on the settee, on the mat, under the bed. Lucy feels a little bit less secure in this environment because she's only been here 5 days, and this was the first safe space she encountered. So she's volunteered to come and sleep in here. In fact, she isn't even asleep, her little eyes are open. But to me, that's a result. She knows that this is the safe place, blah, blah, blah. So in a minute, I'm going to go and scoop Molly up. I'm going to put her in here to sit with her till she's fallen asleep again, and I'm going to close the door. And I've been doing this for quite a lot of the sleep cycles already. But sometimes I'm a bit busy and I haven't done it for all of them. But I've got housework to do now, so I'm not going to be watching TV and waiting for them to wake up. I'm going to be doing my housework. So if I put them in here and I close the doors, then the puppies will tell me when they're ready, when they've woken up. The only thing the door does is to prevent your puppy. Normally, if I didn't have the door closed, the puppies would wake up, and the first thing they would do wouldn't be whine. The first thing they would do is they would come out here, and at this age they would actually go right out of the kitchen and they would head towards the front door. And then when they got to the front door and it was closed, they'd probably have a little wee and possibly a poop, and then they'd come to find me. If I put my barrier up and they only had this playpen, if these doors were open, they would wander out, discover they couldn't go to the front door, and they'd very probably go and toilet over there as far away from the bed as they could. Or possibly, if I was lucky, they would scratch at the barrier and I would be able to take them out before they toileted. So I'm sorry I go on and I'm so unclear. It's really hard to organize my thoughts. So, the purpose of closing the gate on this crate when your puppy is asleep inside is to teach them to tell you when they want to go to the toilet. Okay, so this puppy may well wake up and half doze and just turn around and go back to sleep, but when she needs to toilet, she'll wake up and she will whine. So your puppy should only ever be confined in a tiny little crate. Well, it's not that tiny, but do you know what I mean? In an area that is only a bed, if you are available to respond when they want to come out. If you aren't going to be available to respond when your puppy wants to come out, then please leave the door open and be careful to prop it, because that to me is a potential puppy hazard. They're very easy to snip on and off, but put a box there, or bear that in mind and make a plan. So, if you're not going to be available, you've gone to have a bath, you've headed for the shops, you've gone to work, then you will put up your barrier, and that's what I do when I go out. So the puppies have all this area. They have food and water and a place to sleep. And if they have to wee, they can wee there. If after the first week you're still waking up every morning to a wee and poop in the corner, then I suggest, given that your puppy was perfectly happy to stay in that crate, then you could start closing that door and making sure that you haven't got your earplugs in, so that when your puppy whines you can hear them, even if it's very early in the morning. Because I would expect, well, I can't organize my thoughts, I'm so sorry. It's just you were sounding a little unconfident, and I personally have total confidence that, you know, you will be a very good dog owner. However, if you are still feeling unconfident on Monday or even on Sunday night, ring me up, and I've got nothing on Monday. If you would like, and it isn't interfering, I would happily come home with you on Monday and say this is going to work and that's not going to work. Because I find it really hard to pin down actual do it like this rigid rules, because in my experience rigid rules never really work. You have to adapt to the situation, to the owner, to the puppy and to the environment. But I could help give you tips on the the optimum and the easiest way to do it, and hopefully reassure you that you're going to do a lovely job and you're going to thoroughly enjoy your puppy. And if that doesn't happen to you, please ring me and I will help you in any possible way I can. I hate seeing people living with dogs and hating every minute of it. It's not fair to the dog, and it definitely isn't fair to the human, and it doesn't need to be like that. And you're lucky you've got me. You can ring me anytime. I don't mind coming and doing a home visit. You know, I don't mind coming with you on the first walk. Anything you feel unsure about, please feel free to ask. Okay? Try not to worry. Your puppy's exceptionally... I'm about to pick her up and put her in the crate and close the door. I can't really film that and do it, so hope this helps.